They say you know when you made it. It's when you start getting haters. When people start hating on you, that's when you know you're doing something right. And apparently Doechii's up. Now they're coming at her. She's won some Grammys. She's coming out of TDE. And I'm pretty sure she's probably sitting there going, I wish, I wish. Now, who do y'all think is good enough out there to battle Doechii? That, that rap, the girl, the women. I don't know all of them, but let me know down in the comments. Today we got a video from, I think it's Fantastic Hip Hop. Yeah, Fantastic Hip Hop. And it says how Drake just started an entire new rap beef. So Drake's involved, of course, and he's doing anything, which he should do anything to keep this mess away from me, right? Why not? He should do that. So yeah, let's get it. Peapod, y'all back in the cove, and we're gonna run it. We ain't gonna waste no time today. We're gonna run it.
Now, when it comes to the entire landscape that we are seeing unfold in hip-hop right now, with every new move that's unfolding, we are understanding further what a post-Kendrick Lamar vs. Drake beef version of what the music industry looks like. And as more rappers are coming back out, we are starting to see just how divided the lines of the genre have become between people who support Kendrick Lamar and his ideals to bring hip-hop back to a place where the music is actually inspiring, and the people who have taken Drake's side because they look at rap as just as much of a superficial tool that they can use to get famous as he did. And now because of this, with where we are at, we are starting to see a new rap beef emerge right around the start of who is becoming the next megastar in the genre, who is both from Kendrick Lamar's Top Dog Entertainment label and is someone who Kendrick himself called the hardest rapper out right now. And of course, who I am talking about is none other than Doechii. And now as Doechii is starting to really dominate in hip-hop between already holding such coveted awards as the Grammy for Best Rap Album. And on top of that, she now has multiple long-lasting songs on the Billboard charts, which is something that is only going to continue with the rate she's going. Because of all of this and who she is aligned.
See, when you make music with substance, that stuff lasts the test of time. The replay value is amazing on when you make good music like that. And you starting to see it. It's out there. She's basically going to be the female version of K-Dot. And she's out of TDE as well. She's from what? Florida. She's from Florida, but she's with TDE. And they're very strategic the way they move over there.
With in terms of how close she is to the king of hip-hop right now. From Drake and everyone around him to other new rappers who have tried to achieve what she has. All in all, there is so much jealousy around who is becoming the new queen of hip-hop, and because of this, from Drake trying to recruit female rappers to go against her to everyone else who wants her spot.
Oh, that's some Drake stuff, right? Why not though? Why not? But who do we feel can battle Doechii and destroy her? So who do you think? Maybe Latto? I mean, I know Latto's been doing TikTok dances to Doechii or whatever, but man, we finna see something. But we gonna see. That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
There's more competition and beef emerging around Doechii than
I tell you what, these rap battles expose people that can't write. So yeah, I think these ghostwriters gonna be around at 1 a.m. when you need a song.
Any other new MC in hip-hop as a whole. And now before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And so now when it comes to what we will soon see as rap's next great beef, first off, with the success and rise we are seeing from Doechii, which is really putting her further and further up the rankings in all of hip-hop as a whole. Well, when it comes to the female MC space, things are already pretty competitive because all of the new acts who have came out over the past few years are all competing to show who is the best, with Doechii emerging at the top of this wave at this point with how high she has already peaked. And on top of her winning over her competition with the fact that she is directly affiliated with both Kendrick Lamar and Top Dog Entertainment. Overall, these circumstances have given Doechii a welcome to rap stardom like we have not seen in so long, because altogether, alongside her success, because of all the competition and the beef that has been around Kendrick.
Man, the one thing I could say I love about her that I don't like about a lot of the other artists is the Lattos and the Sexy Reds and even Glorilla. I mean, I like her rap flow, but They out here just shaking everything and showing everything all the time. You ain't got to worry about what they got because they showing it to you. I mean, I know Doechii do sometimes get a little, but for the most part, you know, she's down to earth. She got her clothes on. She's dressed well. You know, that stuff. When you get older, man, the things that make sense to you, you know, like, come on, we could be civil.
Kendrick and Drake. Now everyone who has been a stan and supporter of Drake has just tried to take her down over and over again and make everything she does an issue as they try to take away her success by calling her an industry plant, despite the fact that you can see her success is more.
Wow, the calling her industry plant, bro, that is insane. That is insane to say. Whoa. There's nothing industry plant about that right there. Because, nah.
Than almost any rapper we have seen in so long, and that's why she's so big already. But now, seemingly in this time where Drake can't get any sort of a real win, because even beyond losing to Kendrick Lamar.
Isn't Drake an industry plant? Ice Spice an industry plant, maybe? But not that. Not out of TDE. TDE can't. For you to have an industry plant, you got to come through one of these major labels where you're just being pushed by UMG. I mean, they did put Drake with Young Money, you know, but he'd be more of an industry plant than her.
Doechii has been so dominant that now she has multiple records of her own that are outstreaming every single thing Drake has put out, including Doechii.
Wow, did y'all see that? I mean, she's definitely been doing, I mean, there's a reason why she won the Grammy. You know, it's not like she just showed up and no, she's been putting in the work. She's been putting in the work. And you know what? One thing I can say about at least the West Coast, they support their artists. They support them, and the artists, they all work together. And then once you come out and gain the rest of the world, it's easy. But the people on the West support the hell out of the artists. They don't mess around. So when you see these guys come out like that, they got a heavy following on the West. They pushing their stuff, and it's just natural. You know, you can't fake this. You can't fake this type of influence right here. And like I said, the music that she's putting out is pure. So over time, it gets better.
Drake has realized that the female MC space is being dominated by someone who is only uplifting and really making the artistic shift that Kendrick Lamar created even greater, and therefore is only making everything for him way worse. And because of this, Drake is now trying to take all of the jealousy and tension between Doechii and some of her competitors and is trying to turn it into a full-scale beef, where really for Drake, the goal of this would be to shift back to culture.
I tell you what, maybe that should be interesting if we have Doechii battle somebody. We need that. We need that. That would basically we should get that in 2025, or at least going into 2026.
Culture on one side of things, and overall try to get people to enjoy the more superficial and dull music that he loves to make. And now when it comes to Drake and this entire disdain that's around Doechii at the moment, there is two rappers that Drake is trying to get to do something to try and challenge and shift the run of dominance we are seeing from one of the most exciting new artists out right now. And now the first play Drake made against Doechii, we ended up seeing when he dropped the SSS For You album with Party Next Door, as on this record, there was one track where it featured the only non-OVO or Drake-affiliated artist, and instead pulled in a bigger name who added some sort of star power to things, although her career is really in just as bad of a place as Drake's is. Now, who I am talking about here is none other than Ice Spice, whose vocals can be heard on the SSS For You track, Glorious.
It's funny because when I listen to this song on the album, they kind of the same people. They kind of two industry plants. But for some reason, she okay, at least Drake can rap. I mean, it's not like he can't do it. He's good at it, but they need to give her ghostwriters. She needs ghostwriters. If she got some ghostwriters, I think she would be good. She shouldn't be writing her whole rhymes. I'll be honest. She got the look, of course. She got the voice, but she don't have no lyrics. Drake need to hook her up. If that's the way she would work, that's how he could resurrect her career. Give her some goddamn rhymes, bro. That's what she needs. But to me, they sounded the same on the album they did together, that song. And I didn't like it because you can see it was almost like she exposed him as being just as bad as her in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I felt.
And now, while Ice Spice does not have anywhere near the motion that Doechii has at all right now, it makes sense why Drake is trying to pull her into all of this and position her directly against Doechii. Because first off, Ice Spice already has beef with her and has been exposed for saying some genuinely weird and awful things about her, which in of themselves have showcased that Ice Spice is jealous of Doechii and the place that she has been reaching and is trying to pull at.
Hey, if I was Ice Spice, that's where you shoot your shot at if you want to really get back in the game, because she's been gone for a minute. It's where has she been? Has anybody seen Icy Spice? You know, she's like basically vanished off the earth. She was good for like a couple of months. Was it even a year? Now, Drake could really resurrect her career. I would like to see him do that. Get her some ghostwriters, bring her in the studio, give her that poppy stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know, but we'll see.
Anything she can to try and cope with the fact that Doechii has just gotten what she has because she makes great music and material that's not only popular because of the gimmicks, but because it's actually offering something valuable to its listeners. And I mean, even when you just say that out loud, it makes so much sense why Ice Spice aligns with someone like Drake. And even if you compare the trajectory of the shift that Kendrick Lamar started in hip-hop to all of this happening, right before Kendrick changed everything and Doechii ascended closer to the throne, Drake and Ice Spice were the most talked about male and female rappers, respectively, in hip-hop, which really just highlights how bad of a place that the genre was in before all of this. But for them, it also showcases how much they have lost since everything has changed. And so really, with Drake and Ice Spice, these two are the perfect pair to try and rival Doechii and Kendrick because both have lost everything. Because the gimmicks they have been using have been exposed, and yet they have still...
That is facts, bro. The gimmicks. When the gimmicks run out, what do you have to fall back on? And it's a lot of gimmicks going on. Like, real bars are going to stand the test of time. These gimmicky stuff, farts and whatever the hell, all kinds of crap. They don't last. They phase out fast.
Been unable to realize that and try to just make more interesting and compelling.
It's just like the TikTok songs. That's pretty much where she came from, off of TikTok. You make a TikTok, it may trend for 30 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it's gone. That's kind of how it is, and it's been for them. So yeah, they make a lot of music, but how much of the old stuff do you remember? Like a fart in the wind.
Music and would rather do anything but that. But with this said, for Drake and all of this beef that is emerging around the success of Doechii, this isn't the only artist who is trying to rise up and take on the rapper who is closest to Kendrick Lamar running things at the moment, as also joining this group of rappers who may just full-on diss Doechii soon after clearly showing where they stand, is none other than Latto, which if you've seen anything she has done, Latto has been all in on supporting Drake and SSS for You, is from helping Drake diss Kendrick Lamar himself with videos he's made for OVO and projects he's working on in the most petty ways.
It's all like a game of chess. Or you can see all the pieces are moving in. You know, people are strategically coming to get a little piece of chicken off the table. Something, I need a little bite. Hey, at some point, you know, if you're going to be in the rap game, you're going to shoot your jump. But at this point, I don't see how you suing everybody is going to help your situation. And if you attaching yourself to that, at some point, he going to sue your ass too when he don't like what you do.
Possible to just being a bigger fan of SSS for You than anybody else, which really has been helping OVO and that album as a whole right now in this time where they can't get any other support. Overall, we are seeing that Latto is all in on staying alongside Drake, and I am sure the two will be releasing music very soon because as Drake seemingly wants to help out the people who have stood on the losing side of hip-hop alongside him, she really has to be first in line alongside 20.
Everybody's like, yo, y'all could go over there and lose together. It's good. Don't worry about it. We good. You good.
One to get features and new material with him. And again, beyond just Latto and Drake's connection, when you look at where Doechii is at and see how she has risen further than any rapper in her group of the genre has, Latto is not just mad at another MC exceeding her both in terms of popularity and critical acclaim, but in the past, these two have also had a very public beef where they exchanged words and it was said that Latto just got very disrespectful to her. And so overall, when you see the way that Doechii has already been talked about and treated by people like Ice Spice and Latto, and now see that she is bigger than both of them have ever been combined, and it's not even close, their reasoning for—
Damn, he just broke that down real quick. She's bigger than both of them combined. And I tell you what, Ice Spice, she spiked like hard. Like it went up fast. It was like, phew, like flash. But for a minute, you looked at her when she came on, you was like, wow. But she just ain't had no bars, man. She took that Ozempic, lost that ass, and that's all she had.
For beefing with her, and the lining with Drake and everything his side of the genre stands for really does add up. And with this, very similar to the way Drake feels about Kendrick, seeing Doechii do everything the right way as a rapper and not rely on any sort of gimmicks or attention-chasing methods to have so much success before even dropping her official debut album is just unheard of. And really, in the rap game like the one we are seeing where everybody is taking shortcuts, it causes a lot of problems when artists who don't actually care—
I say every time I see that out, wop, 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 wop. Sorry, had to do that.
Where everybody is taking shortcuts, it causes a lot of problems when artists who don't actually care about what they are doing see artists who are actually pushing their art forward just win in every single way possible. And of course, that is the very story of what we are seeing right now. And so overall, when you see all of this and realize the scope of this entire situation, you can see that really with Kendrick Lamar and Drake beefing the way they did, and with how the aftermath of it has been going, which has really only made the different sides of hip-hop stand further and further away from one another, there has never been not just clearer ways to see how bad the tensions are between certain artists, because with Doechii and then both Latto and Ice Spice, they don't just stand on completely different sides of things, and in the case of Ice Spice and Latto, want what the other has been able to achieve, but now because of Kendrick and Drake, there has never been more reason to pick a side and try and defend whoever you are around. Because for Latto and Ice Spice, despite how awful of a place Drake's career is in, I mean, compared to the type of numbers they pull in, even Drake at his worst gives them something to gain. And if they can work with him and help him out, they are doing something that is now answering to the anger that his side of hip-hop has as a whole. And so overall, by jumping out at Doechii, these rappers have every single thing to gain. And so with this, whether it's Latto, Ice Spice, or maybe even someone else that we don't know, as we see this year in hip-hop go on and continue to witness the shift Kendrick started change everything, and alongside this, of course, Doechii is going to become a bigger and bigger star, as these rappers get ready to make their next moves, and in the case of people like Latto and Ice Spice, release music in one of the most competitive spaces in the entire genre, be ready for them to at least try and diss and ultimately flip what is going on with Doechii. And I mean, as she just got co-signed by Lauryn Hill of all people, which is really the biggest achievement.
That is crazy right there. I saw that this morning. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I think they actually performed on stage together too. Lauryn Hill, boy, she's definitely a GOAT. Check out the old Fugees album. Ooh la la la.
And from a rapper and artist that someone like Doechii could ever get. With Kendrick to the Grammys to Lauryn Hill all backing her, everyone is only going to get more jealous of what she is going on. And as we continue to see rap's next superstar emerge, because we are really there at this point, she is that legit. Get ready to just see an entire new beef begin, which will showcase both how competitive rap is at this point, but also how much Kendrick and Drake have split things, and how one side stands for the betterment of everything that hip-hop represents, and how the other is trying to bring rap back into a place where it was worse than it ever was. So now with all this said, let me know, what do you think of this beef that is starting to emerge around Kendrick and Drake that will be between Doechii and whoever decides to try and step up to one of the best artists that rap has as a whole right now? And do you think that there is anybody that can match up against Doechii, or do you think they will embarrass themselves just like Drake did against Kendrick? Be sure to let me know what you think about this and how this is going to affect hip-hop, because as we move forward with where we are at, this is all really going to become some of the most important stuff that is going to determine just how far new stars like Doechii will go, and how Drake tries to do anything for his side of this beef to make a comeback as a whole also. Well, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Now, if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, if you want to see how in this time, despite Drake trying to win against Kendrick Lamar, he is giving up on music because his new album is losing him more and more in his career, check out the suggested video.
Hey, that's fantastic hip hop. Y'all need to go over there, follow them. They make amazing videos we could react to. Now, everything comes back to this battle, to this beef with Kendrick and Drake. And during this rap battle, when this beef was going on, there were only two other artists that was able to drop during this beef. And that was Tyler, the Creator, and Doechii. And her album was able to perform during the beef when a lot of other albums got stepped on. A lot of things got held back because of what was going on. And I tell you what, I'm hoping Latto or somebody step up and try to battle her, because we need that. Hip hop needs that. Because right now, what Kendrick has done so far, what Tyler, the Creator, has done so far, I know there's a couple other people out there too, but these are the ones that's directly connected to the West Coast and TDE, and how they have changed hip hop. You know, the way we listen to music now, it's a lot different than it was a year ago. You know, we were fed a lot of garbage, a lot of trash. But let me know down in the comments if y'all want to see Doechii, Latto battle. I don't know what's going on with Ice Spice. I tell you what, her and Drake could have a good album, but they need other people to work on that, other producers. They need to get her a writer, because obviously her raps ain't doing good. And they should stop her from freestyling. Do like Drake used to do. Give her a BlackBerry and have her read it. But no, you can't put out negative press like that. Look at what Doechii's put out. Her first, like, Ice Spice couldn't even compete with that. None of her albums can compete with what she's put out. So let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about that. And I'm see you, Pod Cove. I'll see you on the next one.